21st century, when we have a question, we all know whom to ask. Not a human, but a search engine. More specifically, Google. We just have to add a query, press enter, and you'll surely get your answer. But ever wonder how this search engine works? For a single query, Google provides tons of relevant results within a second. But how is it possible? What's the mechanism behind it? Curious? Yeah, we know that. Hence, we'll explain this in detail in the easiest way possible. Hi, my name is Asta from Paper Video, and in this video, we'll explain you how search engines work, how crawling and indexing takes place, and how the search engine ranks a web page. So watch the video till the end and don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon. Before we know how search engines work, let's see what is a search engine. A search engine is a website that helps you find relevant web pages across the World Wide Web as per your search query. So the basic purpose of the search engine is to help you surf the internet in a very little time. Now, just imagine the internet without a search engine. How much time a person will take to find a relevant web page? Without a search engine, you would have to add the URL of every website, which is too difficult. But thankfully, we have search engines, and not one but many like Google, Bing, Yandex, and these all search engines work in almost the same way, which consists of three major aspects: crawling, indexing, and ranking. First, let's see how crawling takes place. Crawling, in simple words, is discovering web pages across the internet. It takes place with the help of crawlers, also known as spiders. These crawlers enter a few websites and then follow links in those web pages, and the process keeps repeating until the spiders crawl a specific number of web pages. To explain in simple words, if a crawler comes to your website, he will crawl your web page and website and also the external and internal links you've added to your content. Once the crawling is done, the next thing is indexing. Indexing is the process where a search engine stores all the crawled web pages in a huge database. Search engines not just store your web pages in the index but also analyze them. It will check your website's content, keywords of it, links in the web page, links pointing to that web page, and many more things. It helps search engines show the relevant result of the search engine result page within a second. So, as a website owner, your website must get indexed. But how will you find it? For that, you have to use the advanced search operator site. What you have to do is add site and then your website URL. For example, I'm adding site papervideo.com, and you can see the number of results above. These are the web pages indexed by Google. If you want more accurate data on indexing, you can just get a Google Search Console account for free to see how many web pages got indexed in the coverage section. Once you have found out that many of your web pages are not indexed, there could be a few reasons for that, like your website may be new, or hence the Google search bot didn't reach your website, or any other website on the internet has no links pointing to your website, or your site has a block indexing of your web pages, like adding no index as meta tags or block indexing from robots.txt file, or your site navigation is poor, hence it is difficult for Google bot to crawl and index your site. Or, maybe just your website is penalized by Google and that's why it is not indexed. There is also the possibility that your web page was indexed earlier but got removed later if your web page is showing 4xx or 5xx error. Or, you've blocked the page with the login form, which restricted the bot from crawling and removed it from indexing. If your web page is not indexed for reasons like being new or no backlinks, you can request Google to index them with the help of sitemap submission. Now, what is a sitemap? The sitemap is basically a URL in your website that consists of all URLs on your site you want to index. You can create a sitemap for Google on your website and submit it through the Google Search Console. Just go to the Google Search Console, click Sitemap tab, and then add the sitemap URL. In case of poor navigation, obviously, you have to improve your website's navigation and make sure that there is no orphan page. That is, a page that consists of no internal links. But in the case of a penalized website, you have to resolve the issue that your website got penalized. Now we understand how to get your website indexed. But what if we intentionally want to stop bots from indexing our web page? You can do that for sure. To block your web page from indexing, use the noIndex meta tag, or you can also use the robot.txt file to block a web page from indexing. Now let's move to the last part in the process, which is ranking. The ranking is basically presenting web pages in the search engine result page which are high quality and most relevant. For example, if you add the query EV car price in the search bar, Google will try to provide you with the most relevant and quality result. But how does Google decide which result is relevant and which is not? For that, Google takes the help of algorithms that decide the relevance of the web page as per the query. To find relevance, Google has many factors like matching keywords of the search query and the content, checking the engagement rate of the website, checking the quality links pointing to the website, etc. There are many factors like this, but there are a few major factors. We have made a specific video on it. You can watch it by clicking on the I button in the right corner. But as a marketeer, how can you be able to get ranked on Google? Here, SEO comes into play. SEO is basically a set of practices that aims to increase the ranking of websites and search engines. It involves technical practices like increasing the speed and navigation of the website, on-page practices like creating content which people usually search, and off-page practices like building backlinks, etc. We've made a specific video on SEO. To know better about SEO, you can click the I button in the right corner. So, this is how a search engine works. I hope you understood. If yes, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video.